Hey class, welcome back to our golf lesson. So as we've learned in our previous couple of sessions, just our basic swing and everything, today we're going to be pretty much fine-tuning our swing and making it look really pretty and pretty pristine today. So what we want to start out with is we want to start just by stretching a little bit, just kind of get our arms loose and our legs loose, because we're going to be using our legs and our core and our arms a lot for our swing, as we have done before. So just kind of stretching out and making sure that we stay loose and we know what we need to do when we swing our club. Our main cues that we're going to be using today, when you hear me say ready, swing, that's when we're going to swing, and when you hear me say freeze, that's when we're going to freeze. Those are the main things you need to know. Also, our student learning outcomes for today, what you will be able to know is that you'll know how to swing your club and you'll know which club to use in certain situations. We're going to use 3 clubs today. We have our 9-iron, our 5-iron, and our driver. We want to make sure that we know which club to use when and the right distance from the pin we should use our club. Really just depends on where we are on the course. We know driver we're usually using when we're teeing off. So we're going to start out with our 9-iron, and as we said before with our grip, if you're right-handed, you want your left hand towards the bottom of the club, or the top of the club, with your thumb pointed out. You want to combine your pointer finger and your ring and your pinky finger. You want your thumbs pointed. You want your thumbs pointed down. If you're left-handed, right hand goes on bottom of the club, thumb pointed down. Combine pointer and pinky, and combine them. So, as we come back with our swing, we just want to stay nice and loose. Bring our club back and through. Main thing that we want to do when swinging our club is, with our arms, we want to make sure that our left arm stays straight as we're coming back. Our arm stays straight, come back, and through. We'll do it nice and slow and make sure that we know what we need to do when we're swinging our club. Taking our club, get that grip, we're in our athletic stance. We're going to bring it back and through. So for a quick instant activity, I want you to turn to a partner and say, and tell them, okay, what do we need to do when we're swinging our club? Do we want to have a nice slow backswing, or do we want it to be nice and quick? Take 10 seconds, talk with your neighbor, talk with a partner, and decide, okay, do we want to swing slow or fast? Ready? Go ahead. Okay. Now, what did you and your partner come up with? That's right. You want to swing. We want our backswing to be nice and slow. We don't want to be super quick, because then all of our power is going back here, and we're not going to have any to come through. So we're going to step back again, and for our main activity, you're going to hear me say, ready, swing, and then freeze. So we're going to line up, get in that nice athletic stance. We have that grip, thumbs and our pointer and our pinky are together, sitting back, slow bringing back, quicker through, and you want to scrape the ground. We want to scrape that ground every single time because we want to get nice loft on the ball. If we're getting good loft on the ball, it means we're going to get it to drop right on the green, and we're going to have no issues with it. If we're hitting the top of the ball, it's going to stay flat on the ground. If we're getting way too underneath it, it's not going to go anywhere, and it's just going to go up and straight back down. Sometimes even if we hit the middle of the ball, it'll go super far, but we're not going to get a lot of lift on it and a lot of loft. Is everyone ready? Does anyone have any questions on what we're supposed to be doing here? Yeah, we're gonna take turns swinging our club, coming through, and hitting the ball with our 9-iron. Ready? Swing. Nice job, Kevin. I like the way that you're keeping your arm straight. your front arm straight as you're bringing it back and coming through. It's very smart. Alrighty, freeze. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to our 5-iron. As we've said before, a 5-iron is for a little bit greater distance, but not the same as, it's not the distance of a driver, it's not the distance of our 9-iron. We wanna make sure that when we swing with our 5-iron, we're keeping that same motion and it's nice and slow. With a slow take back. And as said before, when our shoulder touches our chin, we know we've gone far enough on our swing. If we're sitting in that athletic stance, knees bent, clubs out in front, we have that grip. We're bringing it back and through. Show that again. We're gonna bring it back, gone far enough, and when we're swinging down, we want to drive our hips through it, and we want to connect with the ball out in front and then come through and finish high. That's how we're going to get the correct amount of loft on the ball, so we know it'll travel to its maximum distance. So for this activity, same thing. We're going to practice hitting the ball. We're going to hit it a few times. Is anyone concerned about their swing? Or does everyone feel that they're comfortable with their swing? Feel comfortable about it? Perfect. Alrighty, ready? Swing. Nice job, Damien. I like the way that you're coming through with your takedown, and it's nice and controlled. We're scraping the ground as we're coming through. We want to make sure that we do that every single time. If we're not able to do that, we're not going to have great success hitting the ball. Ready? Freeze. Okay. I like what I'm seeing. Before we move on to the driver, I just want to reiterate, we want to come down and swing. We want to sit back, club back, and through. And we want to finish up high with our swing, because we want to get that nice loft on the ball. All right, so finally, we're gonna come to our driver. It's the same swing as it has been before. We just wanna make sure that we have a nice amount of room to swing our club. We wanna make sure that we're not hitting anybody. We talked about personal space before. So we set up with that grip, knees bent, club back, and swing through. We want to make sure this is controlled. Bring our club back, freeze, drive through, hips, and swing through. Come back, swing through, and we want to hit the ground. We want to barely scrape the ground every single time. Every time. So, last activity, we're doing the same thing. Ready? Swing. Nice job, Connor. I like how you're making sure that you're getting that good hip rotation on your swing. You want to make sure that your hips come through, and we're extending and making sure we're getting that loft on the ball so it can travel as far as possible. We want to make sure that our swings don't have to look exactly perfect, but they have to look pretty close to proficient. We want to make sure that our swings look really good. My apologies. Our swings look really good, and we know what we're doing. Freeze. That was a little bit longer of an activity because our driver, ball goes a little bit further, takes a little bit longer to swing. So class, to finish up, as you leave class, our exit slip, I want you to write down what are the key things that we want to do when we're swinging our club. Okay? We've gone over them. It's keeping your arms straight. When your shoulder touches your chin, you've gone far enough. Athletic stance. That grip. How do we set up with our grip? Those are the things that I want you to write down before you leave class That is your exit slip for today. Sounds good? Alrighty. I'll see everyone tomorrow. Be sure to know what we're going to be working on and what we worked on today.